At halftime, we're joined by a very special guest, the one and only UMass Reindeer, whose real name, Quinn McCarron. Quinn, thanks for taking the time with us. First things first, you've been to a lot of UMass games. What do you think of this crowd so far?
This is the best crowd for a women's basketball game that we've had. It's absolutely awesome here. It's so loud. During that stretch where they made like 3 threes, this place was going crazy. It's a blast. I'm so glad to have this huge crowd for a team that's been deserving this crowd for a while.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
Yeah, and you've been here for a good portion of Sam and Destiny's career here at UMass. What has it been like to see them change this program, and just the last few years they've been real good?
Yeah, I mean, Destiny is such a force on the court. She's just such an energy boost, and she's so easy to root for. I think any player that draws charges as much as she does is fun to root for. Those are the best types of players. Marcus Smart is like all-time favorite player for the Celtics. So, and then Sam Breen. I mean, what more can you say about her? She's the best that's ever played here. Hopefully, she had a bit of a shaky first half. Not really, but she didn't score as much as she used to. But hopefully, she'll come close to breaking that record in the second. So that would be awesome.
So since you brought it up, I'll ask you. UMass, they had a ceremony before the game where they gave Breen the painted basketball, etc. In your mind, has she become the program's all-time leading scorer, or not yet?
Not yet. I think you have to. I think you don't count that Penn State year. You got to do it in a UMass jersey, but I think she's going to. So it's cool. It's cool they kept track of both, though.
Yeah,
so.
No question. I think you're exactly right. I know Josh and I both agree with you there. But in terms of you yourself, I mean, right now we're on radio, no one can see you, but you're wearing your classic reindeer suit with a UMass jersey over top. I assume 23 because you're a graduate of 2023?
23, and then I think it knocks off a lot of the sports, actually. I got Weeks, Mayo, Scotty, and those are 3 great UMass athletes to root for. So 23 was an easy choice there. So, yeah.
And I just wanted to ask you, how are you able to go to all of these different games? Do you not go to class? Do you not do homework? How does that work?
It's a struggle at times, but I make it work. I make it work for sure. But no, yeah, I mean, it's my hobby. It's what I do. So I love going to every game I can. I try to make as many away games work as possible. Going down for the women's game for Rhode Island was an absolute blast. That environment was cool, and then they played obviously one of their best games of the season. So, yeah, I mean, I just try to get to every game because I just have a blast doing it. So. Yeah,
and then in the next years, are you potentially grooming any future students?
Putting me on the spot here for the future plans. I don't know. I've been play testing something. I'm not ready to reveal yet. I'll give you guys some suspense. I can't give you everything.
Oh, that's fair.
But there is a plan in motion currently.
Love to hear it.
For what's going to happen next year. So we'll see.
I think when people think of UMass fans, they often think of you. I don't know if everyone knows that you are a student here or not, but because you've been to so many games the last 4 years, what initially compelled you to go to so many sport games, and when did you realize, this might kind of become a job in a way of going to every game and representing the fan base?
Definitely. I was hooked when I went to that first hockey game. The student section was incredible. My freshman year definitely sold me on athletics here, and I was like, I have to just become obsessed with this. I refound my love for sports and talking about sports and just being a fan. So yeah, I think I fell in love at that hockey game, and then once I went to a basketball game, once I started talking to people on Twitter, once I got on Twitter and I found out how much passion is behind the fans of this school, and what this basketball program used to be in the 90s, and how enthralled the town of Amherst became in this great program, and I wanted to get back to those heights, and I'm going to stick along for the ride and wait for it to eventually get there again, and it's here for women's basketball right now, and it's awesome.
Yeah, no question. You mentioned it a little bit there, but what's it like, or what did it mean for you to join the UMass community? A lot of UMass, the community isn't exactly here in Amherst, but you became a part of it, no doubt. What was that like for you?
I mean, UMass Twitter specifically is like some of the greatest people I've met. Like at UConn this year, I went down for football, and I got shout out UMass Twitter, the actual handle UMass Twitter. Who gave me like Sam the Minutemen like pin to put on my backpack. That I did. So they're just the nicest people, and they're so generous with their time, their money, and they love supporting students here. They sent me to the Frozen Four. They sent 20 kids to that hockey game, for that first round hockey game last year. So they support the students here, and I couldn't be more thankful to them and the alumni for being so supportive of the students here and the teams. So I love it. Yeah.
There's been a couple of times on the road. I think of the Lowell one specifically. You won an eating contest, I think, versus the Riverhawk.
Yes.
You won that spinny bat, throw the ball in the hoop that Josh and I were there for.
Yeah.
What's it like for you sometimes just getting to represent UMass in those tiny little fun things?
I live for the halftime challenges. I love them. I think my favorite one to do was probably the one where I lost, but it was in the TD Garden and getting on the ice during that Lowell game and circling the rink. That was awesome. But yeah, I love beating Lowell students in any challenge ever. So if you need to eat, they need me to spin a bat, they need me to run around with a sled, I'll do whatever. So
I got to admit, the spinny bat one was
awesome.
Impressive, but also hilarious at the same time.
I really wish my mom was better working the camera and got a better video of that. But I'm glad we got your guys' audio of it. So that was very funny.
We knew we had to stay live. Last question for you, Quinn. So you are a senior here at UMass. This is the last women's basketball game here this year. We had the last hockey game here, presumably last night. The men's season will wrap up next week. I assume there are emotions for you realizing those last, and also, what would you say to UMass fans? I'll give you a last parting words per se.
Putting me on the emotional spot, it has not hit me yet. I really got to say, it hasn't. It's like, last night I was like, this is my last hockey game, but I couldn't even fathom it, because it's like I've been going to them for so long now, and I've been sticking with the team. And it's not like it's my last game. It's my last game as a student, most likely, and last game in the Reindeer for a little bit. But man, I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it so much. Just being on campus for when there's a game day, there's nothing like it, especially when it's a big one. I'm just going to miss waiting in the line for 2 hours when I want that front row seat. Yeah, man, I'm very sad about it. I'm very bummed out that but I know that this is just the beginning. I'm going to continue to support these programs for as long as it comes.
It's been a great 4 years for UMass sports while you've been here. If it makes you feel better, that's the same final question I asked Sam Breen and Destiny Philoxy. So you're getting star treatment right there.
I appreciate it.
Thanks so much for taking the time, Quinn. You have been the best representative UMass could ask for, as a student fan especially. You will always be immortalized as UMass Reindeer. I'm sure there's more to come, but go enjoy the rest of the second half and the rest of these seasons. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Go UMass.
We will take a quick break and be back in just a moment here on the official radio network of UMass Women's Basketball, WMUA Sports.